Hare Krishna, welcome to the online class. So today's topic is very, very important. The process of surrender. What is surrender and what is the process of surrender actually? And Krishna said the conclusive statement, proposition in Bhagavad Gita that Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mam Ekam Saranam Braja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokhyasami. So Krishna said, abandon all type of religion and surrender unto me. I will protect you. I will redeem all your karmas, and don't fear, don't hesitate. So, this is a very conclusive statement in Bhagavad Gita. But what is this process of surrender? What is surrender? That thing we will learn today more elaborately on this particular topics. From the CC Madhya 22 and 100, it has been elaborately spoken that what are the six divisions of the surrender. So before we start today's topics, we will uh, offer our Mangalacharana prayer. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Anjana Salakaya Chakkuru Nimiletam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Jana Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kadamaham Dadati Sapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavanam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Sri Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalitam Sri Visakamitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopescha Gopika Kanta Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishavanu Shuta Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpaturu Vyasya Krupa Sindhu Vaivacha Patitanam Pavanabhya Vaishnavya Namo Nama Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasarta Deshatarine जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Thank you. Welcome to the online class. Today topic is that process of surrender. So here the process of surrender, here you can see the beautiful verses from the CC Madhya, what is the process of surrender. So here it is said that anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam rakhishyati rakhisye iti vishwasa goptritya varanam tatha atmanipekya karpanya sadvida saranagati. So here as we know that Krishna said that sarva dharman parityaja. So Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita that sarva dharman parityaja. Krishna Lord has given us that one Lord has given one process, like how to get out from this material existence. As we know, we are now entangled in this obnoxious, notorious, nefarious material entanglement, material engagement. So how to extricate, how to get out from this material entanglement? So Krishna has given this conclusive statement that how we can get, how one can easily get out from this material entanglement. So to this effect, we should know that everybody, all the living entity in this material world, they are trapped pathetically, they are trapped painfully in this material existence. As Krishna said that mamavansa jiva loko jiva bhutta sanatana manaha sashta indriyani prakritistani karsati. So we are all part and parcel, but because we are now not with the Lord, so we are in material existence and struggling with our mind and senses. So the human form of life is a privilege for us to get out from this material existence. So therefore Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has given a concluding proposition statement that sarvadharman parityada mam ekam saranam braja aham tam sarva papebhya mukhyasami masusa. So Lord Krishna has said that no, you have to surrender unto me. But what is the surrender process? So that we will today discuss. Because this human form of life, here you can see here that you can see this beautiful verses. That Krishna says that Mamavansa Jivaloke Jivavutta Sanatana Manaha Sastra Indriyani Prakatistani Karsati. The living entity in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with six senses, which include the mind. So we are all struggling for the existence, struggling for this temporary material existence. So therefore, sometimes we are taking the birth of a male, female. In this way, we have. It is stated in Bhagavatam that covered by the mode of ignorance in the material nature, the living entity is sometimes male, sometimes female, and sometimes Enoch, sometimes human being, sometimes demigod, sometimes bird and animal, so on. In this way, is wandering with this material world. His acceptance of different types of body is brought about by his activity under the influence of modes of nature. So, under the modes of nature, according to our karma, sometimes we are taking this bird, this body, that species. So, species to species, planet to planet, we are fleeing. We are fleeing from womb to womb. So in this way, we have been, entangled in this material existence. We are entangled in this. We are entrapped in this because there are so many species of life, as we understand from the Padma Purana. The Jalaja Navalakhyani Stavara Lakhya Vinsanti Krimya Ruddha Sankhya Pakhinam Dasalakhyana. So there are 8.4 million species. In this way, we are moving. Sometimes male, sometimes female, like this, as we understand from this verse 429-29, that we have been, according to our karma, we are going, we are struggling. We are struggling to get out, but we are pathetically entrapped in this material existence. Eh, So different body, we are changing it actually, transmigrating from different body. So here it is stated that this human form of life is very, very privileged. Asitim chaturascha lakshana tan jiva jatisu. There are 8.4 million species of life. And Brahmadvi Purusham Parpya, after transmigrating, as we understand, we transmigrate from one species to another species. So after transmigrating so many species of life, from the Jalaja Navalakshana, from marine life to the plant and trees, from plant and trees to the the insects, reptiles, from reptiles we transmigrate to the birds, birds to beast, then beast to human being. Chatur Lakshani Manusyam. So in this way we have been transmigrating from different body. But Manusyam Janma Parayat, we have achieved this human form of life. And this human form of life is a privilege to get out of material existence. How? By surrendering process. By surrendering process. By surrendering process, one can easily, it is stated is that sarvadharman parityada mamekam saranam braja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokhyasami masuta. So Krishna has given this concluding statement, Arjuna, that you just surrender unto me, to all the living entity, not to Arjuna. Then you can get out from the aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokhyasami masucha, because we are entangled, different species of life, 8.4 million species of life, sometimes male, sometimes female, according to our karma. Here Krishna is telling you, surrender to me, and all your mukhya sami aham tvam sarva papebhyo, all your action and reaction, all your activities, whatever the karma, I will redeem it. Abandon all varieties of religion. Surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Because every karma has reaction, just like a Newtonian law of action and reaction. Every action has got a reaction. So therefore, we have been doing so many activities which has a resulted reaction, and therefore we are suffering. Somebody is Bill Gates, somebody is gatekeepers, somebody is Ambani, somebody is poor, somebody is somewhere in, somebody is animal, somebody is, different species of life according to our karma. So therefore Krishna telling, okay, you are now confronting you are confronting the birth and death due to your karmic reaction. So I will redeem that karmic reaction. I will absolve, release from that, from your reaction. But you have to surrender to me. That is a very concluding statement, very important and concluding statement of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 1866. It is also reiterated in Bhagavatam in many verses, that it is said that the human form of life is afford one chance to return home back to Godhead. Therefore, every living entity, especially in human form of life, must engage in devotional service to the lotus feet of the Vishnu. This devotional service is natural because Lord Vishnu, Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the most beloved, the master of the soul, well-wisher of all the living entities. So Krishna, being a father, he is very well-wisher. So he is calm and giving a formula that so that we can come out from this, obnoxious circumstances, from these excruciating circumstances, from this pernicious circumstances, and come to the spiritual existence, spiritual sky, where there is a full of bliss, sachidananda, full of bliss. So Krishna here says that you surrender to me. What is this surrender? That surrender, simply I say, sir, yes sir, dear Krishna, I hereby surrender unto you, your sincere servant. No, sir, what is this surrender process? So we will learn that surrender process. The surrender process has been given in this beautiful verses, from CC Madhya 2200. It is actually from the Haribhakti Vilas, quoted by Sanatan Goswami. This verses, Anukulyasa Sankalpa Pratikulyasa Varjanam Rakhishyati iti Vishwasa Goptritya Varanam Tatha Atmanikhepa Karpanya Sadvida Saranagati. There are 6 divisions of surrender. When you say we surrender to Krishna, what is this surrender? Surrender means the 6 division of surrender are acceptance of those things favorable to devotional service, the rejection of unfavorable things, rejection of unfavorable things, and the conviction that Krishna will give protection, the acceptance of the Lord as one's guardian or the master, and full self-surrender and humility. There are 6 things, that is the 6 division of surrender, 6 process of surrender. Surrender means executing in the devotional service of the Lord. In executing devotional service, we said we should have some kind of rules and regulations, some process. Like Prahlad Maharaj has given, the surrendering means service. When you surrender somebody, a servant surrendering to master, he is rendering service. So the service is like, it is stated, what the devotional service is, Bhakti Chena Navalakshana. There are Bhakti Chena Navalakshana, Sravanam Kirtanam. So here in this beautiful verses, Prahlad Maharaj has spoken that what is this surrender? Surrender means so surrender, the process of surrender has been given here in this beautiful verses. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. So the 9 process which is easiest to say, this 9 process starting from this Shravanam, Kirtanam, hearing, chanting of the Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Bandham, Dasyam, Sakya, Atmanivedam, Iti Punsarpita Vishnu, Bhakti Chena Navalakshana. This is the devotional service. Surrender means you engage in the devotional service of the Lord. So now we understand that this is a devotional service, hearing about Krishna, glorifying the Lord, chanting or glorifying the Lord, Vishnu, Smaranam, remembering the Lord, Padasevanam, engage in the service of the lotus feet of the Lord, Archanam, doing worshipping the Lord, Bandhanam, prayer, Dasyam is service, servitorship, Sakhyam means friendship, Atmanivedana means complete surrender. So these are the 9 process of bhakti. Now in this particular verses today, what is the process of that? This is division of surrender, so that it will facilitate us to advance in Krishna consciousness. So first we learned that the first one is that favorable. We should do everything is favorable to Krishna. favorable to devotional service, executing devotional service. So here in 6th division, we have learned that they're favorable. What is this favorable? We can know Anukulyena Sankalpa. Anukulyena Sankalpa means we must, the first of 6th division of surrender process is that acceptance of those things favorable to devotional service. So we have to accept those things which are favorable to devotional service. So we have to know that what are the favorable to devotional service. In this regard, Rupa Goswami has given that in Nectar of Instruction 3, that what are the things which is favorable to the devotional service. Here Rupa Goswami say in this beautiful verses that Usha Nishchaya Dharya Tat Tat Karma Pravatanaad Sangatyaga Satobriti Sadavir Bhaktir Prasiddhati. So Usha Nishchaya Dharyat. So here it is said that there are 6 principles favorable to execute pure devotional service. Being enthusiastic, endeavoring with confidence, being patient, acting according to regulative principles such as Ravana, Kirtana, Vishnu Smarana, hearing and chanting and remembering Krishna, abandoning the association of non-devotees, following the footsteps of previous Acharya. These 6 principles undoubtedly assure the complete success of pure devotional service. This is called Anukullesa Sankalpa. This is this first division called is favorably. What is that for? Being first thing is being enthusiastic. We have to be very enthusiastic to execute the Krishna consciousness. Enthusiasm is the first and fundamental thing, the basis of all our devotional activities. Without enthusiastic, we cannot execute. Here it is, Prabhupada written, devotional service is not a matter of sentimental speculation or imaginative action. A substance is practical activity. Srila Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu has defined that anya vilasita sunyam jnana karmadi anarvitam anukulyena krishnanushilanam bhaktir uttama. So uttama bhakti means rendering devotional service in a way that is favorable to the Lord. This devotional service should be free from any extraneous motive and devoid of fruitive activity, impersonal jnana, and all other selfish desire. So here it is said that this devotional service, there are 2 kind of devotional service, Sakama and Niskama. Sakama means the engaging in devotional service for particular some gain. Some gain means like I want something, therefore I engage in the service of the Lord. That is called some motivated devotional service. Niskama means there is no motivated. That is pure devotee, pure devotional service. Anya vilasita sunyam. There no tinge of na dhanam na janam na sundarimba kavitam jagadisaya kamaya mama janmani sore bhavatad bhakti rahitu kichai. So it is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught us, no, I do not want this money, I do not want na dhanam, na janam followers, na sundarim, no beautiful woman, anything beautiful, it's beautiful wife. So I do not want all the things, because these things are very attractive in material existence, in material life, conditioned life. So, but pure devotional service and Niskama Bhakti does not want all the things. Anya Vilasita Sunya. On the other hand, those who wanted motivated, like you want to go this unto Lord to ask for something, that is called Sakama Bhakti. That is some kind of motivation is behind worshipping the Lord. And that is called Sthana Vilasita, just like Durga Maharaj. Durga Maharaj went to pray Lord to get a bigger kingdom than his great grandfather Brahmaji. So he succeeded, but he told that, he himself told that, so Sthana Vilasati tapasi aham. I am the Sthana Vilasi. I have done devotional service out of some gain, out of some motive, some material gain. So I am not Anya Vilasi, I am Sthana Vilasi. Of course, after he sing the Lord, he told, no, Kitatosmi, Swamin Kitatosmi, Baram na jache. No, I got it. Whatever. After seeing the Lord, he changed his mind. He becomes Sthana Vilasi to Anya Vilasi. That is transformation. So we should execute that with enthusiasm. Prabhupada say that enthusiasm means um, So Prabhupada here is explaining that one should accept the opportunity to return to go back, come back to God. Very enthusiastically, without enthusiasm, one cannot be successful. Even in the material world, one has to be very enthusiastic in his particular field of activity in order to become successful. A student, businessman, artist, anyone else who wants to success in his line must be enthusiastic. Similarly, one has to be very enthusiastic in devotional service. Enthusiastic means, but action for whom? Enthusiastic means action, but action for whom? The answer is that one should always act for Krishna. Krishna arthe akhila chesta. That is the point I wanted to draw this. Krishna arthe akhila chesta. Enthusiasm means we are action, always action. So devotional service, surrendering process is not just like a sleeping laziness. Oh, I surrender, that's it. No, surrendering is process is very dynamic, very full of action. And that action to the Krishna. Krishna arthe akhila chesta. For Krishna satisfaction, for Krishna, we have to do the action. Serving Krishna, cooking for Krishna, decorating Krishna, chanting for Krishna, and hearing about Krishna, all these activities for Krishna. That is called enthusiasm. These are favorable. This kind of thing, enthusiasm is favorable. And that can be easily achieved in devotionals, in association of devotees. Particularly in association of devotees, those who have the enthusiasm to engage in the service of Lord. So therefore, this enthusiasm is the very, very important factor. Therefore, it is said that so one should always enthusiasm to execute the devotional service. Then second one is that endeavoring with confidence. We must have a confidence that Krishna will protect. That is also the division. Rakhishyati iti Krishna. Rakhishyati iti Vishwasa. That firm faith. This is not a blind faith. It's a firm faith. That endure with confidence. With confidence. No, Krishna will protect. Krishna will give us the result. That is called endeavoring with confidence. With confidence, one should execute the Krishna consciousness. Definitely Krishna. There is no question of the doubt. Being patient. One has to be very patient because the devotional service is not like that. Prabhupada has given an example. If a person is getting married, it's not that immediately he will procreate a child. It takes the process of 10 months. Similarly, getting the result of the devotional service are we have to be patient. We have to be patient, not that immediately I want that. Patient. And these are favorable things. We have to be patient and acting according to regulative principles such as Ravana, Kirtana, Smarana, hearing. So here it is said that acting according to the Tat Tat Krama Parvatana. So we have to follow the regulative principle because this regulative principle is the foundational thing, foundation of our advancement in Krishna consciousness. This foundational, because without this we cannot foundational boosting the inspiration for by following the regulative principle one can strength, one can get the spiritual strength. That is very important. Without spiritual strength one cannot execute a service, one cannot surrender. So therefore it is stated that we have to follow the regulative principles like hearing, routine hearing, chanting, remembering Krishna, all the regulative principle of nine kind of bhakti one must execute every day, routine wise, without failing, every day, day by day, all the nine kind of record, process. Then abandoning the association of non-devotee. That is very important because the association with non-devotee will create a material desire, will distract our devotional practice. It is the impediment to the devotional, not only pernicious. Therefore, the association is very important. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in this regard, he was very strict. He told that what is the principle of a devotee. In CC, we can 22, in CC, you can see that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said 2287, असत्संग त्याग ही वैष्णव आचार्य स्त्री संगी एक असाधु कृष्णा अभक्त आर. A Vaishnava should always avoid the association of ordinary people. Common people are very much materially attracted, especially to women. Vaishnava should always avoid the company of those who are not devotees of the Krishna. So Vaishnava, it is said that the basic principle of Vaishnava is that it should always avoid the association of ordinary people. Who are the ordinary people? Those who are materially attached, especially women, and other is those who are not devotee of Krishna. There are two people, they are ordinary. They are asasanga, bad association. One is who is so much materially attached, especially to women, and second one is they are not devotee of Krishna. So association with them is very, very detrimental to our progress. Therefore, it is stated that this Anukulyana Bhakti, or the first division, it is called Anukulyana Sankalpa, Partikulyana Vibardita. Anukulyana Sankalpa means which is favorable. These are the favorable. These are the favorable bhakti. If we abandon the association of the devotee or non-devotee, that is favorable to us. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say that even in next verse that and the this next verse, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very, very critical about this association. He told this association is very, very dangerous. By association with worldly people, one becomes devoid of truthfulness, cleanliness, mercy, gravity, spiritual intelligence, shyness, austerity, fame, forgiveness, control of the mind, control of the senses, fortune, and all opportunity. One should not at any time associate with the coarse fool who is bereft of the knowledge and self-realization, bereft of the knowledge of self-realization, who is no more than a toy animal in the hands of a woman. The illusion and bondage that accrue to a man from attachment to any other object are not as complete as that of resulting from the association with a woman or with a man to attachment. So it is particularly stated that those people are materialistic people. They are only two things they know. They are not devotee of the Krishna. They are totally materially attached to so many things, and particularly attached to the woman, which is the highest attachment in this material world. The attachment is complete when you attach, because they are entangled with women, means all this material aspiration, material scheming, material planning started, and one desires to stay in material existence. One desires to stay in this obnoxious misery, compromising with all misery. So that is the most greatest illusion. That is the highest attachment in this material world. When you associate with a woman, they will start off and having a family and so a society, community, country, so on and so forth. Expanded this illusion. So therefore, it is said that highest attachment or complete absolute attachment in this material world is the association with a woman. It is stated in Bhagavad Gita 5.7.7. It is stated also Bhagavatam that Gruha Khetra Sutapta Bite Dhanasya Moham Aham Mameti. Then he will start I, me, mine, all the things. Therefore, those people who are so much, 99% of the world population is all comes into this category. They are not devotee of the Krishna, and they are so much attached to all this family life, women, etc. So we should avoid their association, because their association is very, very detrimental to the, very, very detrimental to the. Then in the next verse, it is say that the next verses it is say that. So here you can see the beautiful verses. Baram Huta Bahad Jwala. It's beautiful verses spoken by the Mahaprabhu. It is better to accept the miseries being encaged within the bars and surrounded by burning flames than to associate with those bereft of Krishna consciousness. Such association is very great hardship. See, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes up to saying that this bad association, this karmi association, and this non-devotee association and materialistic association is very, very detrimental. Up to that point that it is better to accept the misery of being encaged in the bar and surrounded by burning flames or fire than to associate with the person who are not devotee of Krishna. Such association is a great hardship, is very, very tough, because we will imbibe their quality and we will lose the opportunity of going back to Godhead. Then we again slide down to the animal consciousness. Again, asitim chaturascha, eva lakshana, 8.4 billion species of life. Eh, Brahmadvi prapya manusyam prapya. Our again we can come back to square one and undergoing the evolutionary process of 8.4 million species of life, then come to the human form of life. That is a long process, like a prolonged process. Therefore, it is very, very hardship, great hardship, because we cannot get out from this. We cannot know our constitutional position. We cannot know our position as a servant of the Krishna, and we have to surrender to Krishna by engaging in devotional service very favorably. And so this is what called bad association. There are so many verses in that particular. One more verses I can show you from Bhagavatam 11:26:3 actually. It is stated here that one should never associate with materialistic, those dedicated to gratifying the genitals and bellies. By following them, one fall into the deepest pit of darkness, just like a blind man who follows another blind. So that is very, very warning, admonishment is a warning from Shastra that one should avoid the association of non-devotee. Asatsanga tagai Vaishnava achar. This is the conduct of Vaishnava, fundamental principle of devotees or who are interested to go back to Godhead. They must abandon this. That is called anukullesha sankalpa. This is called favorable devotional service. And one of the beautiful verses also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say, even to seeing the materialistic is like is like better to, like seeing the materialistic is tantamount to be, you know, hanta hanta vishabhakhyanta, means taking poison. Seeing also it should be condemned, it should be avoided. Beautiful verses in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself quoted these verses when he was requested to meet with the king Prataparudradev. So he told, these kings are very materialistic people, they are attached to women, so I should not see them. In this regard, the beautiful verses is quoted by the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Yeah, these verses is beautiful verses here. Niskanchanasya bhagavata bhojana mukhyasya param 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 jighamishwar bhavasagarasya sandarsanam visayanam sandarsanam, beautiful line, sandarsanam visayanam atha doshitam cha hahanta hanta visavakhyanta piya sadhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu beautifully word, no, sandarsanam visayanam Atha Jositang cha. Vishyana means materialistic people. Josita means attached to women. To see them is tantamount to or equivalent to ha hanta hanta vishabhakhyanta piya sadhu. So here it is said that is, you know, the translation is, they are greatly lamenting the Lord, then informed the Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, alas, for a person who is seriously desiring to cross the material ocean and engage in the transcendental loving service of the Lord without material motives, seeing a materialistic engage in sense gratification, or seeing a woman who is similarly interested is more abominable than drinking poison. He's telling it is more abominable than drinking poison. So the association of the materialistic asatsanga so is more abominable than eating even poison. That is the statement of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, God himself, like hanta hanta vishabhakhyanta. So therefore we can come back to the verses, our original verses, that there is we should come to the nectar of instructions where we have left it, that NOI 2 3. So here it is said that abandoning association of non-devotee. You should abandon the association of non-devotee. And the sixth one is following the footstep of previous Acharya. The sixth principle undoubtedly assures the complete success of pure devotional life. Acharya Upasana. Acharya, our is Acharya Parampara, Parampara system. As Krishna say that Evam Parampara Praptam Imam Rajarusya Vidyo, Sakalena Mata Jaganashta. So we learn this knowledge of how to get out, how to surrender to the Lord through the transparent medium of spiritual parampara system, disciplic succession, parampara system. So we should follow the footstep of previous Acharya, predecessor Acharya, because they have chalked out a plan how to get out from this material existence, how to surrender to the Lord. So therefore we should always surrender to the spiritual master and predecessor Acharya. Mahajana Jaina Gatasapanta, it is stated in 6319 that the actual process is there described or chalked out by the Mahajanas. The actual secret of dharma. So it is stated is dharma to sakyat bhagavata pranitam navai vidurasya napi devah na siddha mukhya asura utasta vidacha. And so it is stated that religious principle, real religion, are enacted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although fully situated in the mode of goodness, even the great Rishi who occupy topmost planet cannot ascertain the real religious principle, nor can the demigod leaders of Siddhaloka to say nothing about Asura, ordinary human being, Vidyadhara and Chana. So we do not know what is dharma. Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityada ma me ekam saranam. Just surrender unto me. That is the real dharma. And that we can understand from the we cannot understand from this that is given by the God, and we can understand by the predecessor Acharya. In the very next verses it is say that so it is that Mahajana Jana Gatasapanta. So we have to follow the Mahajana. Mahajanas are predecessor Acharya. So we, by following them we can get out from this material existence. This favorable devotion, it will advance in Krishna consciousness. We will advance following the previous Acharya. So here Prabhupada is written that Mahatmanas, though they are Mahatma, they are Acharya, so they know the Dharma. So Mahajana Jaina Gatasapanta. So it is stated in 17186. So here it is stated in these verses that Tarka Pratishta Sutya Bhivinna Nasu Rushiyasya Matam Navinnam Dharmasya Tattam Nitam Guyam Mahajana Jana Getas Gatasapanta. Tarka Pratishtha, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued dry argumentary inconclusive. A great personality whose opinion does not differ from other, not considered a great sage. Simply by studying the Vedas which are variegated, one cannot come to right path by which religious principle are understood. Solid truth of religious principle is hidden in the person, hidden in the heart of an unadulterated self-realized person. Consequently, as the Shastra confers, should accept whatever the progressive path Mahajana advocate. So one should accept whatever the progressive path Mahajana advocate. So Acharya Upasana, our is to follow the Acharyas, because they have chalked out the plan so that we can get out from this material existence by surrendering to the Lord. So these are the favorable 6 things, and that is the first division of the things. And then we can go back to verse that And second one is Pratikulyana Varjanam. Pratikulyana Varjanam means one should reject unfavorable things. What are the unfavorable things? That is also stated in Nectar of Instruction. Atya ahara prayasa cha prajalpa niyama graha janasanga chalolyam cha sarvir bhaktir vinasati. So these 6 things that spoil the Lord, that is called Pratikulla. Pratikulla means which is not favorable for surrendering process. So one should know that, so that we can surrender properly. Otherwise, if we do not know how to surrender to the Lord, then we will mix the chance of going back to Godhead, as Krishna has promised that sarvadharman parityāja māmekam saranam vraj. So once devotional service is spoiled, he becomes too entangled in following 6 activities: eating more than necessary, collecting more than required. So eating more than necessary is not a, because overeating will make you lusty, because all the stomach and this tongue, stomach and genitals all in the straight line. It will pressurize. It will create a lust actually. So overeating is not at all. Even overeating prasadam also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say, "Bhalo na khaibo, bhalo na paribo." Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed to Raghunath Das Goswami that bhalo na khaibe, bhalo na paribe. You should not eat, even prasadam also, should not eat overeating, whatever necessary eating, not overeating. So it is said that in because Krishna also says that Yukta Ahara 6:17 Bhagavad Gita, Yukta Ahara Viharasya, Yukta Chetasya, Yukta Ahara Viharasya. So one should regulate, one who regulate habit of eating, one who is regulated in his habit of eating. So practicing yoga, devotional service, bhakti yoga, one has to be very regulated in terms of eating. It says that Antya in 6:2-7, Jivhero lalasa ai iti uti dhaye sisno dhara parayana Krishna nahi paye. If one is not controlling his overeating, his eating process, one who is subservient to the tongue, who thus goes here and there, devoted to the genitals and the belly, cannot attain Krishna. So that is important. Tongue is most important thing in our devotional service. From tongue we can chant Hare Krishna, we can take prasadam. But Hare Krishna chanting we can do unlimited. For prasadam, we have to be see overeating is not good. Even in prasadam, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say, you know, that bhalo na khaibe, bhalo na luxuriously, one should not eat in this in the pretext of prasadam. One should not eat luxurious, very gorgeous food stuff, very sumptuous, scrumptious food stuff. So, and another thing, that atyahara prayas, atyahara, overeating and over endeavoring, that is also not good. So Srila Prabhupada in purport says that plain living, high thinking. Devotee means plain living, high thinking. Because this it is said that kamasya nendriya priti lava jivita javata. The human form of life which we have been awarded after many births is a chance or a privilege, is the opportunity to get out from this material existence, from material misery. We are confronting the material misery, and we are confronting the death, birth, disease, old age. These are our principal obnoxious misery. So therefore, to get out get out from this, obnoxious misery is the prime mission, prime aim, prime purpose of the human form of life. Therefore, it is said that one should be plain living, high thing. Because we are in material existence, we need some kind of for self-preservation, for a healthy life, we need something, basic necessity, eating, sleeping, mating, defecting. That bare necessity should be there. Kamasya nendriya priti. It is 1-10 say that in one verses it is said that this beautiful verses it is stated that how one should live. It is stated that kamasya nendriya priti labha jivet java jivasya tattva jigyasa na artha yas chahe karma bhi. This is a beautiful verses. One verses it is stated, small verses stated how one should live actually in this material world. He said that kamasya nendriya priti, life desire should never be directed towards sense gratification. No, one should desire only a healthy life or self-preservation. That is called plain living, as much as required, bare necessity of life. Okay, roti, kapda, makan. That is bare necessity. A shelter, little food, little cloth. Since a human being is meant for inquiry about the absolute truth. That is the purpose of human being. Human being is very, very rare actually. Rare. It is said that Dulhava Manusya Janma Dehinam Chanavangura 11 to 29 of Bhagavatam. King Nimi is very nicely given a statement that Dullabha Manusya Janma is very, very rare, and it is also subject to die at any moment, because everybody in death queue, and any time the queue, we are subject to die. In the death queue, we may not be called in sequence. Any time we may be called and we will die. So therefore it is called Khena Bangura. A body is subject to die. We are subject to die at any moment. So therefore the human being is meant for inquiring about absolute truth. Absolute truth. Inquire about who I am, who is God, why I am suffering, how to go to God. This kind of inquiry should do. Who is absolute truth? So this is the inquiry. Atata Brahma Jigyasa. That is human form. Human life begins with that inquiry, because we have been given the intelligence to discriminate, to to question the awkward position of the life. Why the death enforced to us? Why the life is temporary? All this question, who am I? Who is God? How to go to there? How to get out from this material repetition of birth and death? So these kind of things a human form, a human being should inquire. That is the purpose of human being. Not human being, not meant for to unnecessary over endeavoring, going to office, overtime, this time, that time, And what is this? It is not, it is stated by the, Rishivadev, why human form of life is not meant for the like animals, hard working. Eh? Nayam deha, dehavajam nilloke, custom kaman arati vidbhujam. We are not meant, human being is not meant to work hard like a vidbhujam, means stool eating animal like hog and dog. Tvapodivyam putrikadena sattam suddhyate jasmad brahma saukyam tu anantam. We are meant to get out from this material existence, go to a spiritual existence, go to unadjusted happiness, unlimited happiness. Our happiness is curtailed here, limited here, because due to this, due to this very subjective nature of material existence, which is temporary, transient, flying, fading, fleeting. Therefore, our happiness has been curtailed. Therefore, Rishivadev is advising her, no, you are not meant for what happiness you are endeavoring, over endeavoring to get some happiness. That happiness is already fleeting, because we are existing in a non-existential atmosphere, very excruciating circumstances. Every rise, sunrise, we are nearing to death. That the so-called happiness will not be there. We cannot maintain the status quo of that happiness due to the transient nature of the world. Ayur harati vai punsam udyam astanchanyasu. Every sunrise we are nearing to death. We are reducing our one day of our life. They say sunrise is beautiful, golden, this, that, golden moment. 1 hour from the sunrise, they say golden moment if they take photography. Actually, it's not golden moment. It's the most pathetic moment, because as soon as there is a sunrise, one day of our life is reduced. This is Shastric statement 2.3.17. Shastra it is say that 2.3.17. So therefore, dharma sanustista punsam vishwaksana kathao natopadya jadi ratim sarma evavi. Whatever the work you are doing, I am going to office, IT, I am maintaining the family, fine, everything fine. But if you are not surrendering to the Lord, or if your work does not do not provoke attraction for the message of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What is the message? The concluding message is Sarvadharman Parityada Mamekam Saranam. The surrender. Then it is just like a useless labor. Useless labor. So this is not favorable. Over endeavoring. Whatever necessary endeavor, high thinking means you inquire about the Lord. Who is Lord, who am I? How to get out. That is called high thinking. Therefore, it is one of the verses. It is said that Nehat yat karma dharmaya na vairagya kalpate. 323, 450. Beautiful verses. Na tithapad sevaya jivan api murtuisa. Anyone whose work is not meant to elevate him to religious life. Anyone whose religious ritualistic performance do not raise him to renunciation. Anyone situated in renunciation does not lead to him to devotional service to the Supreme Lord must be considered dead although he is breathing. So the so-called work you are doing and you are very happy and proud, I am maintaining my family, but Bhagavatam condemned it because you are not meant for, you are, yes fine, you are maintaining your family, but you should not over endeavor as much as required endeavor. So because your work must culminate to the point of surrendering to Lord. Engage in devotional service means surrendering to the Lord. Therefore, we are talking the process of surrender. What is surrender? What is the process? Because everything has to culminate to the point of sarvadharman parityada. And surrender process is we should favorably exercise devotional service, favorably execute the devotional service, and we should give up all everything which is unfavorable. And that is one of the things is that overeating or over endeavoring, though we should abandon. And then the second point is stated, let's go back to the NOI 2, no nectar of instruction. It is said that over endeavoring, eating more and collecting more than required fund. Over endeavoring are mundane things that are very difficult to obtain. This is unnecessary. We have already talked. Collecting more fund than required. There is no need of collecting more fund. What is necessary? Kamas and Indriya Priti. So talking unnecessary about mundane subject matter, that is very important thing. Talking, oh, everybody is nowadays the advent of the technological advancement and the advent of social media. Almost all the people, they have engaged or they have wasted their time in social media. Almost all the 99%. Therefore, this Facebook are very popular. And the social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and WhatsApp, and they are very, very popular. Billions of subscribers. Why? YouTube and all, so and so forth. Why? Because people, this mundane things, simply they are talking, gossiping, cheating, chatting, useless time. Useless. Bhagavatam condemn these things. This is all wasting our time because we don't have time. We have very limited time. Every sunrise every sunrise we are reducing our life. All are in death queue. We are confronting death. This is our unfortunate thing. This is our shortcoming, pitfall. These inabilities of this material existence, we are confronting death. We are in a death queue which is moving forward every sunrise. And particularly the queue may not be called in sequence, and priority should be given those who are talking all this prajalpa. This is stated actually. This is not that it is stated in Bhagavatam. This verse, we can go to this verse, beautiful verses. It is stated in these beautiful verses, the 2, 3, 17s, that so everybody in the death queue, and particularly those who are talking nonsense, they will be given first in the queue. Ayurharati by punsam muddanastam chanyasu tasyatyam khananitta uttama sloka bhartaya. It is said that both by rising and by setting sun decreases the duration of life of everyone, except one who utilizes the time by discussing the topics of all good personality of Godhead. Uttama sloka bhartaya. Only person is escaping from the death queue who is always talking about the Krishna, talking about the Supreme Lord, discussing about the Krishna Katha, Hari Katha, not this all mundane talk. What is the use of mundane talk? Talking about politics, sociology, movie, no benefit. No benefit. Human life is meant to talk about. Actually, Krishna Katha is very releasing because we are diseased, just like a jaundice patient, and he does not like to eat, if you give them chocolate or something sweet, it will taste as a bitter. Similarly, we are all diseased materially. And Hari Katha, which is so releasing, Tadaiva Ramyam Ruchiram Navam Navam. Tadaiva Ramyam, so much attractive, so much Ruchiram releasable, so much new and fresh, not like the stale news and repetitious news. Our news are repetitious. Today Modi told something, tomorrow Rahul Gandhi told, what is all political thing, repeating, same thing. Same movies, repetition. This is very stale, very monotonous, very tedious, very boring things. But people are so much attracted to that. Whereas Krishna Katha is so releasable. Monouchavam, tadeva monouchavam is festival to the mind. Tadeva sakannam, all this misery will dry up and purifying. Krishna Katha. So Katha Krishna Punya Sarvana Kirtana. It will distress yourself, purifying, and so much spiritual benefit. Because we are impure now, therefore we are diseased. Therefore we are not, we have no, taste for this Krishna Katha. But Krishna Katha is only medicine. Only medicine to get out from material existence. Only medicine is stated in Bhagavatam. This Krishna Katha is Bhavosudhu Manovirama. This is only medicine. निर्विद्यते से रूपगीयमाना भावोसुदो सत्रा मनोविराम कौत्तम श्लोके गुणानुवादात् पुमन विरजित विना पशुगाना. This is the medicine. Description of the Lord are the right medicine to the conditioned soul. Therefore, who will see hearing such glorification of the Lord except a butcher, one who is killing? See, we are all suicidal mission. We are on the suicidal mission of gossiping. Gossiping is a suicidal mission. Unnecessary talk. Just like the very good example is given Bhagavatam, just like a frog. Frog tongue is very, very long. If you see the frog, the tongue is very long. And long tongue, he croaks. Sound is very high. And why he is croaking? Very noisy, very loud, just like the materialistic mundane people. They are always talking, so much noise. We are bombarded by noise, bombarded by all gossip, chit chat. Why they are doing this? Why the frog is doing this? By doing this, the snake will come to know, oh, here is a frog, and he will come and eat the frog. That is called suicidal. Therefore, it is called suicide. Those who are not interested, they are suicide. The frog is suiciding by inviting the snake. By croaking, he is inviting snake. Snake has no ear. They will hear by skin vibration, They have this own, natural thing. So snake, when he hears this croaking sound, and he comes and eat this. Therefore, it is suicidal. It is said it is suicidal. Who will cease hearing such glorification of the Lord? Except the butcher or one who is killing. Those suicidal, those who want to suicide, want to kill himself, they only will talk about the gossip. And this gossiping talk is accelerating our death. No benefit at all. As we have stated, we read from previous verses that every sunrise, we are our duration of life is reduced by all cheating, chatting. We are wasting our time, suiciding actually. Therefore, these are the things not favorable for our pure devotional service. The gossiping. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that Gramya Katha na kaiva, Gramya Katha na suniva. Never chit chat, never hear chit chatting, gossip, chit chat or gossip, and never talk also. Gramya Katha na kaiva, Gramya Katha na suniva. These are the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, God himself is telling. So the next verse, charger, can you give charger? And the next verse we can go to next verse and see. The next point is So the next point we can go to and see that um, that NY2 over enduring, then talking on practicing scriptural rules regulation only for the sake of following them, not for the sake of spiritual advancement, or rejecting the rules and regulation of such scripture, working independently musically. So everything we should act according to the Shastra Pramana, under the guidance of spiritual master. Here the niyama agraha has two meaning: accepting the niyamas or rejecting the niyamas. The two meaning. So much accepting the niyama, following the niyama, but not for the advancement, it is not also good. And so also neglecting is not good. Therefore, Krishna says that 1624, the Shastra Pramana, according to Shastric knowledge under the guidance of spiritual master, one should follow the regulative principle. One should not independently, whimsically, one should not do anything. One should not do whimsically. Therefore, it is said that we should follow the Shastra according to the scriptural. Srila Prabhupada has written that one should not so much niyama agraha, niyama agraha. The two meaning of this. So here it is said that in Bhagavatam also, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that you should not. तस्मात् शास्त्रम प्रमाणम ते कार्य कार्य व्यवशिष्टो गांत्वा शास्त्र विधानोक्तम कर्म कर्तुम इर्हसि. One should therefore understand what is duty, what is not duty by regulation of scripture. Knowing such rule and regulation, one should act so that he may gradually. One should not whimsically reject it. So one should not whimsically reject, oh, this I should not follow the Shastra, or one should not only follow the Shastra for not for the sake of advancement, but simply sake of, you know, simply sake of. So here it is say that Prajalpa Niyamagraha, that is called Niyamagraha. Janasangha Chalolyam. Janasangha means devotee association. So devotee association is very important. If as we have read that the bad association is very, very detrimental. So we should always keep the association of the devotees. Otherwise, it is so detrimental. Our devotional service will go away, because association with non-devotee will create a material desire, but association with devotee will create a spiritual desire. Therefore, sadhu sangha sarva shastra kahe, lava matra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoy. Therefore, it is stated that the sadhu sangha is very important. Even little bit of lava matra means one of 11 seconds. 1 divided by 11 seconds. The lava matra, even little, even half a moment association of sadhu is very important. But a sadhu sangha tagya is like abominable than eating the poison. Ha hanta hanta vishavakhyanta. Therefore, association of devotee is very, very important. So it will kill our devotee, non-devotee association will spoil our devotional service. So laulyam cha sadvir. Laulyam, last one is greed. One should not be greed. Laulyam means greed. Greed, spiritual greed is different. Spiritual is greed is work. Material greed is very bad. Krishna says in 1621, Krishna says this about the material greed, that three three kind of things go to Naraka. Three way to gateway to hell is, one of them is greed. त्रिविधाम नरकेध्याम द्वारम नाशनम आत्मनः कामो क्रोधो तथा लोभो तस्माद् एतं त्रयं त्यजेत्. So this one should not greed. That greed has to be greed is very detrimental. It will goes to hell, gateway to hell. So one should avoid the greed, because understanding that greed is not good, because because everything is in transient in nature, and this greed, greed of everything. I want this, I want that, I want that. In this way, we entangle in this complexity of material material world, material existence. Therefore, these things should be avoided. It is said that sadvidhi bhaktir vinashyati. They should be avoided. That is called pratikulena vivarjita. That is the second division of the surrender. Then we can go back to verses. What is the third division? We can go back to the. So you can go back to the verse here, that Goptrite Varanam, Goptite Varanam, sorry, third one is Rakhishyati Vishwasa. Rakhishyati Vishwasa means Krishna will definitely protect me. That kind of confidence, you know, Krishna will give protection. That firm conviction must be there. That Krishna will definitely be. There is no question of doubt here. Krishna said, no doubt at all. I promise you. Pratijani kontya nami bhaktya pranasati. That faith we must develop, that faith. No, Krishna, that conviction that Krishna will give protection under all circumstances. Hari rakhe mare ki, mare Hari rakhe ki. If Krishna wants to kill, who can protect? When Krishna wants to protect, who can kill? That kind of conviction must be there. That is called, that is the surrendering process, division, a process. And the next one is that the acceptance of the Lord as a one guardian master. One should be always, Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita that Bhagavatam 11:17, Acharya Mam Vijanayan. I am internally as a super soul, I am guiding. Krishna is guiding us, and externally is guiding by spiritual master. So one should accept one's guardian master. One should accept the Lord as the guardian and the master. So he is externally, internally is guiding us. Krishna. Kavim Puranam Anusasitaram Anyaranyamsa Anyoranyansa Anusmarejo Sarvasya Dataram Achinta Rupam Aditya Pannam Tamasat Parastat. It is stated in Bhagavatam. We will go to this point to substantiate that Krishna is explaining that I am the maintainer. Krishna is the maintainer. Krishna is the master, maintainer, everything. So it is stated that Sarvasya Dataram Achinta Rupam. Krishna is the who is the controller, who is smaller than smallest, who is the maintainer of everything, who is inconceivable beyond all material conception. So always a person. So one should worship like he is the maintainer, he is the master, he is the guardian. He is the guardian. It is stated in these verses also. In this verses 11:77, 17:27, that Krishna is always guiding us. Matah Smritirgana Apahanam Cha. That verse also there. In this verse also Krishna said that Acharya Mamija, I am the Acharya. One should know the Acharya is myself never. No, not this verse. So Krishna says that Sarvasya Chaham. Prabhupada used these verses to Mataha Smriti Ganam Apononcha Vedesha Sarve Aham Abhavedya. I am seated in every heart, from me come remembrance, knowledge and forgetfulness. So Krishna is giving us knowledge, he is guiding us. Guiding us. So this is the thing about the master. And next one is next division of surrender. Next division of the surrender is Atmanipekya Karpanya. Atmanipekya means this complete self-surrender, full self-surrender, just like Bali Maharaj surrender. That is called Atmanikepa, Atmanivedana. means completely surrendering to the Lord, full surrender. Sarva dharman paritam mam ekam saranam, 100%, without interruption, without any reservation. Anya abhilasita sunyam gana karmadi, complete surrender without any motivation. That is called full surrender. And humility. Humility is karpanya. Karpanya, humility is very important, because without humility, meek and humble inherits the kingdom of Godhead, as it is said. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that Tanada pi sunisena tororo pi saisina amanina manadina kirtaniya sada. The humility is actually a quality of the sadhus. Sadhava bhusana, sadhu sadhava. It is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, the qualities of the sadhus, and humility is the quality, the ornament of the Vaishnavas devotee. More we humble, more we advance. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advised that Nadapi Sunisena Saro Tororopi Saisna. Particular example is given. Trunadapi Sunisena, this grass, the grass is so humble. If you trample on the grass, he will bow down. Therefore he survived. But the big tree, when there is a storm, this small grass, he survived because he bowed down. On the other hand, the big tree, they stand tall against the storm and they fall down. Therefore, very nicely Chaitanya Mahaprabhu put, one has to humble. Like a one has to bow down, humble is like a grass. And Tororopi Saisna, another example he has given, like a tree. A tree is very tolerant. One should be also like tolerant. These are the humility. These are the quality of humility. One has to be tolerant. Why? Because a tree, although people are coming and there is storm, there is a scorching sun, there is so many things, people come and cut the tree, but he is still tolerant. Not only tolerant, he is giving them all the shelters. So that is the example of extreme tolerance. Therefore, Chaitanya advised one has to be humble. Without humility, one cannot attain the knowledge also. Panipatena paripresana sevaya. First pranipeta, first is humble, humility, surrendering. Not challenging mood where one cannot. So one should be humble in order to inherit the kingdom of Godhead. Krishna also says that Dambha is not a good quality, demoniac quality. Humility is the quality of the divine quality. So one should be Karpanya. These are the 6 divisions of the surrender process. So this surrender process one must know, because Krishna says Sarvadharman Paritada Mamekam Saranam Bhaja. So before I end up this one, we can go to the these beautiful verses where Srila Prabhupada is mentioned this surrendering process, and also little bit of purport is given. That is the most important verses, that is called Bhagavad Gita 1866. Here Srila Prabhupada is given Anukulyana. According to the devotional process, one should simply accept such religious principles that will lead ultimately to the devotional service of the Lord. One may perform particular occupational duty according to his position in social order, but if by executing his duty one does not come to the point of Krishna consciousness, all his activities are vain. So anything that does not lead to professional stage of Krishna consciousness should be avoided. That is called Pratikulyana Vardhanam. Partikulyana Vardhanam, Anukulyasa Sankalpa. Anukulyasa Sankalpa means all your activities must lead or culminate to the point of Nehasa Karma Dharmaya. Your karma, we have read this point, that your karma, Nehat Karma Dharmaya, and Bhagavat Seva, it has to come to the point of Krishna consciousness. That is called Anukulyasa Sankalpa, favorable. And Pratikulyasa Vardhanam means anything which does not lead to the Krishna consciousness. As we read that so many things which does not lead, Atyahara, Prayasa, all the things does not lead to Krishna consciousness. It should be avoided. And one should be confident in all circumstances Krishna will protect. That is the confidence. Krishna avasya rakhive Krishna. No need of thinking how one should keep the body together. Right? And Krishna will see that. Krishna say that Ananyasya chintante mama je jana paripustate tesam nitya bhuktanam Yogakhemam bahamiyam. I will take care of that. Krishna said that. Pratijani konteya name bhakta pranashyati. So one should always think helpless, should consider Krishna on the basis of progress in life. So always think that, Lord, please help me, I am not qualified. That should be the mood actually. As soon as one seriously engages in himself in devotional service to the Lord, in full Krishna consciousness, at once become freed from all contamination of material nature. There are, see, then one can easily get out from this contamination. So this is the um, this is our so this is the process, six surrendering process of surrendering, or six division of the surrendering process um, uh, is spoken by the is stated in Hari Bhakti Vilas. So this so one should follow these six process very rigidly, then one can advance in Krishna consciousness. That is called real surrender process, Sarvadharman Parityagam. Simply as your action must lead to the Krishna consciousness. Anything which does not lead, it should be avoided. And we have been elaborately discussed about what are the things favorable, what are the things not favorable. And one should have a more confident on Krishna, faith on Krishna will protect in all circumstances. He will take care of our livelihood, whatever the spiritual or material needs, everything will be taken care by Krishna as himself promised. And also one should surrender everything, self-surrender, everything one should surrender to Krishna, completely surrender to Krishna, and one has to be humble, karpanya. Karpanya means very humility, by humble mood. In this way, one can progress in Krishna consciousness, as Prabhupada said that, get out from this material existence. That is this. That is the principal purpose, the cardinal purpose, the dominant purpose, the main purpose of human form of life. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. All goes to Srila Prabhupada.